Hey, it's Chuck Armstrong with Loudwire Nights, and this is Loudwire Nights On Demand, celebrating brand new music from friends of the show, Moon Fever. We hung out with guitarist Mitch Micoley to talk about their track, Forever Sleep. This first aired on Thursday, March 14th. Let's go. I love playing new music, and tonight we are not just playing new music, we are celebrating new music with friends of the show, Moon Fever. We're hanging out with guitarist Mitch Micoley. Mitch, thank you so much for being here tonight, man.
Thanks for having me, dude. Appreciate it.
So we had you on the show last year talking about new music, talking about all the singles you released in 2023. And here we are in 2024, getting ready for the official release of Moon Fever's new song, Forever Sleep. How does it feel to be talking about more new music?
It feels great because this is probably the most exciting song I think we've put together. So it feels good. I've been wanting to put this song up for a very long time. So I'm very excited it's finally coming out. I'm super stoked. That's
awesome, man. So have you guys had this song kind of in your back pocket for a while?
Yeah, it was, I think we wrote it and recorded it early last year. It's probably a year old. But yeah, it was kind of in the coffers, and it's kind of like basically it's like whatever management tells us to put out, we put out, and we're like, all right, here's the time. We're like, all right, finally, we're doing it, So yeah, so it was exciting, dude.
Right on, man. So I got to ask this, and we kind of talked about this last year, but 2023, you released a bunch of singles, right? Just single individual songs, and here we are talking about another individual song. Is this pointing toward anything bigger or more collective, or are you guys pretty set in this sort of releasing songs as you're ready?
I will say I have a pretty good feeling that this year we'll have an LP out. We're actually designing vinyl right now, so the LP will be vinyl. Yeah, it looks awesome, by the way.
Awesome.
So you can definitely expect an album this year. I think it's fair to say that. Yeah, but I think, we kind of wanted to, we're still a new band, so we were, kind of leading up and, kind of getting people more familiar with us,
Yeah, no, I get that, man. So let's talk about Forever Sleep. So, you kind of wrote it early last year, finally out now. And you said it's, you think it's a song that gets you the most excited. And as I've gotten to spend a little bit of time with it, man, I get that. It is a killer song, man. I think
thanks so much, dude.
So far, probably my favorite Moon Fever track, and which gets me excited because you've released some pretty strong songs already. So to just continue to hear this progression is really cool. But can you kind of give us a little behind the scenes on this track?
Yeah. Okay. So I guess the writing process. Actually, this is a riff I came up with like years and years and years ago. And it was just a weird voice memo late at night in this house I was living in Texas. And I found the actually original recording of it, which is very silly. It's like me half asleep being like, da, 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 da,
oh, like you're doing the riff out of your, like with your mouth?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Originally I thought it was going to be a vocal melody, and it ended up, Tristan came in and, he like did his thing on it, and like, it became what it became. But yeah, that's kind of the original start of it. And then, Tristan had lyrics ready for it when he came in for his audition. He had most of that song even written, and he came in and I'm like, oh man. And he was like, dude, I got a great feeling about this song. And as soon as he did his part on it, I'm like, done, bro. I'm like, this is it. So it feels like this one's got a little magic in it. It's pretty cool,
That's great, man. Yeah. And like, some historic value too to the band. Like, you're still a new band, but to kind of have that deep connection with this song, that's got to give you some life even in the early years of Moon Fever.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And it's one that just is so fun to play live. Like every time we do it live, like you feel the emotion. It's cool. Like it gets heavy. It's good.
So let's talk about live. I think right now you've just got a few dates on the calendar. They're all festival dates, but if you're working on a vinyl, thinking about this LP, releasing new music, I got to imagine there's going to be plenty of live shows coming up.
I would imagine so. I don't know if there's any ones I can announce, but
fair enough.
Classic, right? But you can count on seeing us definitely be playing live shows this year.
Awesome. Well, you are playing Welcome to Rockville. You're playing Sonic Temple too. And so that's going to be, listen, those festivals, they don't get bigger than that. Like I see those lineups and I'm just like, how in the world do they actually put these together? Like, how does this happen? And so for you to be part of that, that's got to be so exciting.
Dude, I cannot wait to play. Oh man, yeah, no, those are going to be so much fun. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, man.
When you play a festival like that, like, do you get excited to go watch other bands? Like, do you typically have that kind of freedom to do that?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know if we'll be there for like the entire festival. I have a feeling we'll probably be back on the road, but yeah, absolutely. Like the day we're playing, this new artist, well, I don't know, he's a couple of years old, but this guy Kid Kapachi, I'm really excited to check out. I'm really, really into that guy right now. So
right on,
cool
man.
to see.
Yeah, you are not the first person to mention that, so that's cool. That's we got to keep an eye on that for sure.
Yeah, he's sick. Yeah.
Right on, man. So Forever Sleep, working on vinyl. I gotta ask, is that, you seem like you kind of perked up when you said, you're designing the vinyl or working on that. I take it that's something that's important to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I put out one of my first bands when I was in my early 20s that wasn't very good, but like that was like the last time we had a 45 that we did that I probably still have in like my mom's garage. But but yeah, so it's exciting to put something out again that's like a full album. I think really represents like what Moon Fever is,
Right on. Yeah, no, I think that's true, man. Like I've gotten to see you guys live. I mentioned last time I caught you in Vegas, and I love hearing these songs, but anybody who listens to the show, we give away a lot of vinyl. I always talk about being kind of a nut when it comes to records. And there is something special about that whole album, listening experience. And I get that feeling when I hear individual songs from Moon Fever, when I see you live, when I listen to Forever Sleep. I'm like, I want to hear, a track right after this. I want to hear the front to back, like 10 tracks, whatever that might be, that full experience. So that gets me pretty excited, man.
Nice. Well, hey, you can count on me sending you a vinyl. I got you all day of the week, dude. Yeah.
Awesome, man. I appreciate that. That's great, man. I love hearing that. And man, you dig up that 45 from your mom's garage, you'd probably sell it for a few $100. Those are the ones that go for crazy amounts of money, man.
I would love to find those. Yeah. I don't even remember what songs are on it, but I imagine they're very okay.
Right.
They're the most okay things I probably have done.
Hey man, nothing wrong with average. So, as you think about that, right? You think about those okay songs you created, and then where you're at today with Moon Fever, and even thinking about the beginnings of Moon Fever and Tristan auditioning and this song Forever Sleep, like taking shape. And then playing festivals and working on a new record and these probably live shows that will be coming at some point. What do you think, like if you had to take a step back and maybe this is just too loaded of a question or whatever, but what's your hope? What's your dream to see Moon Fever achieve? Like what is that goal for you right now?
I mean, I would say this. I mean, we're a hardworking band. But I think I was thinking about this is I want us to stay together as a band. That's like the main thing. You know what I mean? Because it can be hard to be in a band and to try to keep the same people, which I think we will. I mean, we're a tight group of dudes, but I'd like to see us still together, still touring, writing better music. I'd like to get to a point where we can be headlining our own shows, doing more production would be cool, like kind of make it more of a performance. But yeah, just keeping it going, dude. Better songs, more shows, being a rock band, just basically being a rock band. So it's a rock band, I'm pretty good. Yeah.
No, I get that, man. And that's, listen, as a fan, like that's what I want to hear. I want to hear you guys stick together, make new music, keep making better and better music, because that's what you've done already in a short, relatively short amount of time. And so, Mitch Micoley of Moon Fever, thank you so much for hanging tonight, man, and helping us celebrate brand new music for Moon Fever. This new song, Forever Sleep. It's out officially tomorrow. You've given us a little preview of it. So so happy that listeners get to hear this Moon Fever song before anyone else. But man, I think we'll have you back on the show. I think there's going to be a lot to keep celebrating and keep talking about, man.
I hope so, man. Thanks so much for having me, dude.
That wraps up this episode of Loudwire Nights on Demand. Stay caught up with everything happening in the world of rock and metal on the Loudwire app and at loudwire.com.